Hi, welcome back to Life of Enchantment. Another really good tip for your spiritual development and awakening, your spiritual journey and awakening, is to find stillness within. It's so important, but it'll also enrich your life in so many ways. So when you learn to find that place of stillness, it'll help you with anxiety, with panic attacks, with coping with day-to-day life and stresses, and it really is something that's well worth your time and effort and energy. You've got to practice it. There are many ways to achieve this, and like I just said, you need to practice it. You have to unlearn the way we live in society these days, because we live in a fast-paced society. I'm sure you've heard this before. And we live where everything's at our fingertips, and we're not designed that way. It's not actually very healthy. We're not very good at waiting anymore for things. We're not very good at sticking with things and nurturing things. We want everything quickly, we want everything instant, and it's not good. It causes anxiety living like that, because your brain requires peace and quiet and stillness. And how many of us actually achieve that? It needs it daily. The other thing is that when you practice this and you achieve a stillness and finding that still place within you, life will feel easier and slower. You will also be able to connect much better and easier with energy, with Mother Earth, your spirit guides, angels, spirit, like a general energy around you, yourself, spirituality, the ether, whatever it is you want to connect with. You'll be able to hear better. You'll be able to hear what your instincts are telling you. You'll be able to hear what you're being given. And it's absolutely enchanting and magical. So the ways to do this are meditation. And I know we go on about meditation and lots of people do, but it really is key. But there are other ways. So if meditation isn't for you right now, don't worry, there are other things you can do which are sort of similar, but hear me out. So with meditation, obviously you're teaching yourself to be quiet, to be still, to be present in the moment. But so does mindfulness, so does yoga, so does conscious walking. Notice what I said, conscious walk, consciously doing anything, which you could call it mindfully walking, or mindfully cooking, mindfully bathing, mindfully whatever. So what you're doing is you're focusing on whatever it is you're doing, whether you're staring at a glass of water, enjoying a lovely warm bath, walking through the wind and sensing the air, whether you're meditating, whether you are, whatever it is you're doing. So you will have intrusive thoughts, you will have things come floating in and out, what you've got to do, all this, that and the other, and just allow them to come in and go out. And if it's things that are pressing on you, repeating, just say, I'll deal with you later. Another one you can do is breath work. That's really good. Conscious walking. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to what you feel and think and what you can see. What, are there is there wind, is there rain? What does the energy feel like? What do the trees feel like, the leaves? What does the ocean feel like? Whatever you're doing, if you're in a crowded area, what does the energy feel like? So when you find that place, what you can do is quite often a lot of us, where you will not just find like entire peaceful mind, body and spirit. At first you might just find an area within you that feels really peaceful, feels really calm, and you can expand that. So what I tend to do is teach people to focus on that area. And the more you focus on that area, or the more you focus on whatever it is, however you feel, that feels peace and calm for you, the more you do it, the more you will get there quicker. So breathe into that area, count yourself in, play some music, play an instrument, you could drum. There's lots of things you can do to get you into some kind of a rhythm. You can dance, you could just have movement, like I said, yoga, just stare at a cup, stare at a leaf, stare at the rain, the river, the ocean, the wind in the trees. It doesn't really matter what it is. And I would choose a few things. Learn how your body feels. Go in. So once you've focused and you're able to still yourself a bit outside, not once, as well as always go in. Focus on your breathing. Focus on how something feels on your skin. Focus on hearing your heartbeat, if that doesn't freak you out, because some people don't like that. There's so many things you can do to just teach yourself, and start small if you're struggling. There will be days when you will find this easier than others, and that's okay. So some days you'll be able to get there quicker, some days you may never be able to get there. And just start with 30 seconds, start with a minute, start with however long in any given time or day it takes you to get there. So what this, like I said, will help you, it will help you connect, because when you then want to connect with any being, place, thing on your spiritual journey, or your awakening, you're able to get to, so often spirit and angels, their frequency is much higher, or their vibration, and ours is a bit lower. So we tend to have to raise our vibration, which is calm and peaceful, joy, love, happiness, and they come down a little bit, and we kind of match in the middle, meet in the middle. Also, when you're calmer and you're still and you're not so racing, you do notice more. And you know, it is the small things in life that make the world and, you know, life, I don't know, exciting, important. Actually, it's those little moments, it's those relationships to all sorts of things that really make life fulfilling, really. There are other things you can do to help you get there. So remember, we're using relearning, we're using habits, we're using associations as well. So lots of people, you'll find that if you meditate in a particular chair or in a particular way, when you sit there, your body will, your brain, your mind, your spirit will all associate with that. So as soon as you go there, your whole, everything just goes right, this is what we're doing right now. So you could use a particular crystal, you could use a blanket, you could use a cloak, you can do it in certain places. I wouldn't just use one. That will then evoke this within you. Think of it like, you know, if you're somebody who snacks when they watch TV, even if you're not hungry, you sit there and you think, oh, I usually do this at this point. And it's like that learned behaviour that then becomes a habit. So one of the things that I would just caution you on that one is that although it's lovely, and do it as well as create these spaces all over the place. Like I've got a beautiful place I like to walk, and that is just my calm, magical place. And I have other places in the house that are just, you know, where I heal people, where I meditate, where I do yoga. When I get my yoga mat out, my body, my mind, that's what we're going into. But one of the good things about doing it also without anything, and just finding that stillness within you and being able to bring yourself to that place, wherever that is, or all over, is that wherever you are, you can take that, you can reach that. So if you're in a traffic jam that's particularly annoying or distressing, or you know, you're in a crowded place that you don't like, or you're, I don't know, some you know, wherever you are, you're at work and it's stressing you, whatever it is, you can then go into that place. You can find that place within you easier, and not needing to sit in a particular chair or have a particular blanket or whatever it is. I mean, you could carry a crystal around with you, but it is important to be able to sort of have a few of these ways of doing it. And sometimes one area or place will, you know, sometimes you can calm yourself more by the sea, sometimes you want the forest, sometimes you want to be at home. So teach yourself how to be still and how to connect with yourself in different places and different areas, and give yourself time. Be gentle with yourself. You remember, you have got to learn this. You've got to unlearn all the sort of rapid behaviour and moving through and not focusing on, you know, all sorts of things, and learn to focus on exactly what you're doing at that particular time, and making finding peace within you and happiness one of your priorities. I think I have done a video on this. Thank you to all of you who are liking, sharing and subscribing. It means an awful lot to me, and please like, share and subscribe. Any questions, do let me know. Until next time, all my love, Ella.